watch the red back playing card, all I have to do is just touch it, and just like this, it begins to slowly change into a blue backed card. One final flick, and just like that, it becomes a fully blue backed card. Magicians, pay extra close attention because you're going to think that this is a flap card gimmick, and I promise you it's not. Watch closely. Watch the red back playing card. All I have to do is just touch it, and just like this, it begins to slowly change into a blue backed card. One final flick, and just like that, it becomes a fully blue backed card. If you think this is a flap card, keep watching the video. I'm going to show you exactly what it is and how to make it. And when you see the secret, I think your eyebrows will be stuck to the back of your neck. Greetings! Welcome back to another Tutorial Tuesday. It's my favorite video of the week. And today you are in for a surprise and a bit of a treat because this gimmick is so much cooler than the actual effect itself that I think it's going to inspire a lot of you to come up with even more crazy ideas. First things first though, if you would like to win the very gimmick that we make in today's video, then all you need to do, as always, is hit that subscribe button and comment anything you like down below. You can call me horrible names, you could say something funny, or you could, massage my ego a little bit, and then the winner will be chosen completely at random. Nah, it's completely at random by next Tutorial Tuesday, and the winner will receive the gimmick shipped to you in the mail to your front door wherever you are in the world, free of charge. So let's dive into how to make the gimmick, and I just want to say that this gimmick is quite unique, and it allows you to do some things that flap cards can't do, and it also restricts you from doing some things that flap cards can do. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, but more importantly, this is a very interesting, creative, I think, exercise in how to make unique and individual gimmicks that aren't just using flap cards to achieve the same sort of effects. And when you start to step outside that realm of thinking of flap cards for everything, you get into some fun territory, just like this. So get yourself a cup of coffee, or a beer, or a slice of pizza, whatever tickles your taste buds, and get ready to build today's gimmick. You need 2 red cards and 2 black cards. And the first thing you're going to do is cut the cards in half. Now we're going to make the first half of the gimmick, and to do that you need to cut out the white border. And now we're going to add magnets so that this can attach and detach to this part of the card. So this is some double stick tape. Very simply, I'll place one magnet here, some double stick tape on it, and I'll place one magnet around here, just a little bit further up this time with some double stick tape on it, and you'll understand why in just a moment. Now, taking 2 pieces of tape, I'm going to lay them sticky side up, so the sticky side pointing up, roughly where the magnets are, like this, and I'm going to drop one magnet on top here, one there, and I'll do the same on the opposite side. Remember, sticky side up. Now, when I place the cutout on top and I line it up, those magnets will be stuck in the exact correct place that I want them to be. And I stick down. So now I have a piece that will connect into place. So that's the first part done. Now let's do the rest. Now we're going to take a red half and a blue half, and we're going to stick them back to back with the toothpick in the middle. So it's good to use a card that has a pip in the center that you can use to center the toothpick. So let's go ahead and just add this in right now. One last thing actually. Using a random piece of card, we're going to cut out a small section of it to use as our stopper. So to do that, we make this, and essentially what we're going to do is, using this piece that we created earlier, we're going to lay it next to this half, like so. Make sure it lines up. I'm going to add this here and allow the magnet to land on it. Okay. Now we can take the other half and apply this to the blue gimmick, making sure it's completely lined up on all sides. Now we have one final thing to do, which is to, using the center line of the angel, cut just 4 tiny slits into the card, all right? 1, 2, 3, just like that. I'm going to remove the tape from this card, the paper. And here's what we do. We take the toothpick, I'm going to weave it in and out of these holes. Just like that. Okay. The very, very, very last thing that we do is to attach this gimmick nicely onto the bottom half. Again, as always, making sure it's completely square all the way around. And there we have our gimmick. So let's learn how to perform. Yo, do me a quick favor. If you think this is a dope gimmick and you want to see more gimmicks that are crazy and out of this world and a little bit more than the usual flap cards, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I post weekly, every single Tuesday, brand new Tutorial Tuesday videos where I show you some of the weird ideas that go on inside my mind. Now that you have your gimmick ready to go, this is how you perform it. So from my point of view, to set up, I rotate, when the magnet's attached, I rotate the card into this position so that when I flick it, the magnet will want to stick in place and lock. Okay, so I'm looking at the back of the card like this, I rotate it back, and then this front piece I'm going to steal off into finger palm. Okay, just like this. So all that happens, and it's so simple, is I show the card from the front, I try and maybe hold the edge to stop it from splitting. I show the card from the front. From the back, I come up and I load this piece on to the front of the card and let the magnets lock it into place. So from your point of view, you see this. I come up and I lock it into place. And I try and slide it under my finger also, so really exposed. I let my finger move out the way a little bit. Okay. Now, the last thing you need to do is reposition your hand. So I move my left hand to beneath the stopper. And I hold everything like this. So 2 fingers at the front, thumb at the back. What's nice about this is that if this was a flap card, you couldn't hold it covering half of the card, or down here, you couldn't like hold it in a natural position. And you'll notice that you can kind of see that it's off a little bit on those sides, but you're only gonna basically let them see that for a moment. This middle area is well camouflaged because of the design. So I add the piece on, I come up, I reposition my left hand here. Remember to make space for my thumb for the stopper to move. And I'm literally going to come up, and it's hard to show this slowly, but I'm just going to flick right here on the card, and it's going to spin all the way around. Okay? So you want to give it a pretty decent flick. And it's going to flip around and lock. And you'll notice that it's kind of misaligned here. Kind of, I say in a big way. What happens here is that I can just reposition my hands and hold the card. And what I like to do is just flick it up, and then you can switch it out. If you have a deck on the table with a blue card on the bottom of the deck, you can place this on the top, scoop the whole deck up, and switch it for the blue card that's on the bottom that's now on the top if it's face down, So you go whoop and it switches. So from the top, from the front, you come here, change the card, flick and hold. Then I can come with the deck and swap it out. From the back view, one final time. Hold the card like this. I show everything. I squeeze the side. I come up. I load that card on, reposition, flick, and grip. And that's how you do the change. To demonstrate the card switch, imagine I have a deck on the table that has a blue card on top and 2 blue cards on the bottom. When I finish the color change like this, so from the last part, it changes, I display, I can then drop this on the deck, on the table, so this would be on the table, I finish the color change here, boom, drop it on the deck, as I can show my hands empty to cause a moment of misdirection, I can grip the deck from above and turn it over and hand out the clean card with a double backer. So, if we imagine this is over here on a table, I come up, I perform the effect, finish the change, drop it on the deck. This is obviously on the tabletop. I can say, look, my hands are empty, there's no funny things, and hand them the card that is completely gimmickless. So what do you think of that? Did you think that was a kind of crazy gimmick? If you did, then please hit that like button, show me some love. And if you want to see these videos before anyone else, then don't forget to hit the notification bell. But I just want to say, the gimmick, yeah, kind of crazy, right? Like, it's not your normal flap card gimmick. It has its own drawbacks, it has its own benefits that flap cards don't and do have. But ultimately, I think this is more of an interesting exercise in creativity, stepping outside of that comfort zone, thinking when you want to create something like a color changing card, most people go to flap cards as the very first method. Well, you want to do a color change in anything. When you want to make things appear or vanish on objects like playing cards, most people think of flaps. And I say death to the flap card. Throw it in the trash and start getting creative, and you end up with cool things like this that may not be the most practical, but I'm sure one of you out there will be inspired to make something 10 times better than this itself. So, with all that being said and done, don't forget to tune back in on Thursday for another episode of Fooler, and I'm back live every Sunday for the Sunday service. Thank you all so much. I've been Lloyd, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Peace.